Gene, when will families get their checks, and are there restrictions on what they can spend them on?
No, there's not restrictions here. This is expanding the child tax credit, just as you beautifully described, so that it's $3,600 for a child under 6, $3,000 from 6 to 17, and that for the first time you can count on getting it monthly. So, for example, a family with 2 children under 6 years old would get $7,200 a year, but they'd be able to get $600 each month on the 15th of each month, starting July 15th. Why is that important? It helps families make ends meet. It prevents families who fall into a hard time for a month to having to take predatory loans. So I think this is an important new innovation to help middle-class families, to help all working families. But it also has another important benefit that you mentioned, which is in the past, the child tax credit actually gave less to a minimum wage family who are struggling the most to care for their children than it did for a more affluent family. This time, under the American Rescue Plan, all families will get the same amount under $150,000, and that is going to mean a lot for economic security, for dignity. And if we could get all the children, including the millions who are not currently signed up, to be signed up, we believe, and experts at Columbia University believe, that it could cut child poverty in half. So this is one of these programs that is great for all families, from all working middle-class families, but can also be a major weapon to fight child poverty in a very significant way.
Gene, this could be a game changer. We've been talking about it here for months. Families who are going to get this, and on top, if you think about the 3 stimulus checks that they have already received, should we wait and see the impact of this round of relief before pushing forward with the American Families Plan? I mean, all that's happening is very good news, and the economy is improving. For those who are concerned about spending, is there an argument to say, let's take a little bit of a pause?
You know, absolutely not. You know, I'll tell you something. We can have all the debates about inflation you want. There's no debate that tens of millions of working families, struggle every week to make ends meet. Even families who have solid middle class incomes, when they have to deal with child care and health care and transportation and the occasional disruptions that happen in every family's income, know that this type of regular monthly check is critical for economic security year in and year out. And as we've said, it could make a huge difference in cutting child poverty, which we have a moral imperative to do everything we can for. So we believe very strongly that we not only want people to know about this child tax credit, know about the monthly benefit they're going to be getting. Not only do we want people to sign up so that we can cut poverty, but we want people to understand that this new benefit is just for 2021. And if this is going to go on and truly have the impact on the economic dignity of working families and of lifting children out of poverty, then it's got to be extended for years and years to come. So that's why it's been so important for us to make sure this is implemented well, that it's monthly, that it's going to arrive if you do direct deposit on the 15th of every month so that you can count on it. And I think once people see this new benefit, they're of course going to believe that this should be extended for years and years to come. And that's what the American Families Plan is about, and that's why we're having this National Child Tax Credit Awareness Day. And as you did, want to encourage people to go to childtaxcredit.gov to learn about the child tax credit.
Then is this a must keep? Right now, the White House is surely looking at the infrastructure plan and figuring out what might have to end up on the cutting room floor. Is the expanded child tax credit something that must stay in the infrastructure program no matter what?
I've been someone involved in a lot of different legislative strategy. The critical thing is that we pass it this year. there's no one right way to pass legislation, but it is the right thing to do to extend the child tax credit for years and years to come. Nobody is going to look at these benefits, this monthly check to working families, to middle-class families, to families struggling to get out of poverty and say, oh, that's only a goal for this year. We only want to make working families more secure this year. We only want to reduce child poverty this year. Of course, this is a goal that we want to go on for a long, long time. And so this is why I believe that this will pass, whether it's part of the infrastructure package or it's part of a future package. I think there's overwhelming support for this, and I think we feel very confident that it will be extended.
All right, quickly before you go, how about a goal in terms of oversight? We have had a massive amount of spending over the last year. So much of it has been needed. But we know that there's been misuse. We still don't even have an oversight committee for the first CARES money over a year ago. What's being done in terms of oversight for all this spending?
Well, for the American Rescue Plan, there is the PRAC, which is the Oversight Committee. We work very closely with them. We meet weekly with them. We meet biweekly with the GAO. And we've instituted through the implementation team that I work with and the OMB, heightened reviews that go for every new plan. So, of course, nothing's going to be perfect when you're instituting brand new plans. But I think that overall there's a tremendous commitment on oversight. And for the American Rescue Plan, there is the Pandemic Responsibility Accountability Committee, the PRAC, which has oversight authority. The OMB and our team does significant reviews of the program, and we try to work in almost a historic way with the oversight community. And if things go wrong, President Biden's view is we want to be the first to know so that we correct and fix them. Many of the worst problems that happen on UI fraud, on the PPP, on some of the small businesses happened at the start of the pandemic. We're trying to learn lessons from that and institute what we believe are strong oversight and accountability provisions to make sure that this money is getting to the American families and the small businesses that the American people intended it to get to.